this again. Okay. So, Mason, can I help you? Come here, buddy. Can you stop playing with all this stuff on my ring light? Everyone say hello to Mason. No one's here yet, but everyone say hello to Mason. But no one's here because I'm on my phone, and my phone doesn't really... I can't do like a countdown because usually, you know, I have a countdown. Like 5 minutes for people to come into the stream to be like, hey, like, so when I start, you know, I actually have an audience to talk to, but when I'm on my phone, I don't have an audience to talk to right away, which is very awkward to me because I'm just talking to myself. But with the amount of time I talk to myself, I should be a goddamn expert. Okay, so, gloves are on. We're bleaching my hair today. I did this on stream once before, and I just recently bought a bunch of new stuff for my hair because I am planning on doing something cool with it. Do I know what exactly? No, but that's a later problem. Yes, Mason, we're coloring our hair. Which means you're going to try to curl up next to me, and you're going to get bleach all over yourself because your tail is going to go in my hair, and I'm going to be like, what the fuck? And then I'm going to have to chase you down with a wet washcloth to try to, you know, wipe you down so you don't bleach your fur. He's trying his hardest. Just... Do you want to go in the bathtub? Is that what you're doing? Or do you just want me to pet you with gloves on for some reason? Oh, Azriel, welcome back to the stream. But also, Mason is, I am like 90% sure, attempting to kill me. Do you want to go in the bathtub? I literally said yesterday that his favorite place to play is in the bathtub. But I am bleaching my hair. I bought a bunch of new stuff. So we're going to open up this brand new fresh bag. That's a lie. I have a small amount of the old stuff in here. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with my hair, but I bought red hair dye and I bought yellow hair dye, and those two things together sound like a good idea. For now, I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow or the next day. I'm just going to scoop in some bleach. That is all the bleach I have from there. Which one are we using? Are we using the purple one or the blue one? It literally does not matter to me. But this one's kind of crusty looking, so we're going to use this one. Yeah. So I feel like, should I be putting on music? Am I Breaking Bad? Yes. So many chemicals. We're making drugs because they're too expensive. Have you seen the prices of drugs nowadays? God, inflation really killing all of us. Hold on. I don't have music, so I'm going to go get my laptop. Put on some music. Because I dislike silence. Oh no. Oh, do you guys want to see the beautiful, the beautiful, painting I have on my wall in my bathroom? It says, skate fast, smoke grass, eat ass. And I specifically put it above my toilet because if you are a man, then you're going to directly stare at this while you're pissing. But if you're a woman, then you don't see this really at all. But I need people to know that I skate fast, smoke grass, and eat ass. It is an intimidation, and I'm living for it. It's gonna be dope, believe in the impulse. I always do. Hold on, let me throw on some music before I start getting shit all over my hands. Oh great, the gloves work on my trackpad. There we go. Should we listen to Fuck the Government? Because that's the playlist I've been listening to recently. A fun time for everyone involved. I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but I can hear it, so great. Pick the chemicals back up. God, I really need a new ring light. I'm about to buy one myself, but I also don't have a whole lot of expendable money right now. Don't be showing people my closet. That's not clean right now. I mean, I cleaned my apartment really well, but there's still, like, garbage bags that I need to donate in there. So it looks super messy. There's probably cat litter all over the floor. There we go. Alright. Also can't hear the music. You know what, that's fine. I've been, uploading my streams to YouTube recently, and every time, like, there's, like, any sort of music without me talking, it's like, oh, copyright, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're right, but also, it's, like, 30 seconds, maybe 15 seconds of me not talking over this, and it's just like, would you like to mute this for, like, the 15 seconds you're not talking? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I need to design me some emotes. I have a story about this. I tried. I did. I had them all planned out, everything. I literally, like, paid money. That's a lie. I used the free trial, and I sped RAM making emotes for my own channel. So I didn't have to pay for it. But I tried, and then, like, I tried to upload them, and I think it worked, but I still also have no idea, and then I think I took them down because I didn't think they were good, so, you can blame my self-deprecation for that one. But now I feel like I understand it more, but also, I just don't have a whole lot of free time available to me right now. Like, I just got home from work, and I'm like, you know what, like, we're streaming, I'm gonna get done, and I need to eat food, take a shower, because there's gonna be bleach in my hair. Also, don't use this as any sort of, I don't know, tutorial on how to do this. I have no idea what I'm doing. At all, in the slightest. Ever. But let's get this shit started. I also didn't measure out any of the, I wanted to say ingredients. Ingredients is not the right word. I also feel like my ring light is being weird. That is not a flattering. You know what? It's just gonna be a little dark in here. No one can stop me. So I'm literally just doing the roots today because I still want some of the red in my hair. But the brown has to go. We are getting rid of the brown. Fuck my natural hair color, apparently. It's always super funny because at work, I have to wear, like, bandanas and stuff to, like, you know, cover my head and my hair because I work with food. So there'll be times where, like, I come in and I'm not wearing a bandana, or someone, like, who doesn't see me a lot, like, outside of work, just looks at me and they're like, is that, like, your roots? Is that your natural hair color? I'm like, yeah. They're like, I always thought you were a blonde. I'm like, yeah, see, people don't know I'm a brunette. I'm like, my eyebrow color is the color of my hair. Like, that's how you can tell with, like, people with colored hair, unless they also bleach their eyebrows, which is a horrifying thought to me, and I do not want to do that. So you can always just tell the natural hair color of someone by looking at their eyebrows, and I don't know why people just don't think of that. Also, hello, Weeb, welcome back to the stream. We're bleaching my hair. Well, I'm bleaching my hair, and you guys are giving me moral support, is how that works. I'm, like, facing you guys, but, like, I'm trying to look in the mirror to do this. It's a good time. You know, it's actually working out pretty well, to be fair. Slap that on there. I feel like it's already lightening it, which is slightly concerning. I thought I did my eyebrows. These are my natural eyebrows. I almost never do my eyebrows just because I actually have, like, really nice eyebrows, which was funny growing up because there was, like, in the 2000s and stuff like that, there were, like, the trends where you just, like, pick your eyebrows to shit. Like, it is, like, the tiniest, smallest line ever, and that's how that's how your eyebrows were supposed to look. And I didn't have those eyebrows. I'm like, shit. Well, I'm, like, 13. I don't know how to pluck my own eyebrows. So, like, I asked my mom, I'm like, hey, can I get, like, my eyebrows waxed? And she's like, yeah, sure. So they took me to the salon, but they, like, luckily, like, did my eyebrows in a way that it was, like, natural to, like, my natural shape. And I was, like, so upset about it, because I'm like, I just want really nice, thin eyebrows, and now the trend is, like, you know, like, a nice looking eyebrow. So now I'm like, oh, I actually do have, like, decent eyebrows. Sometimes I have to pluck them myself, but, progress. Is Mason in the bathtub now? Hey, buddy. Mason jumped into the bathtub. He is also here for emotional support. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just... Sir. Okay. But I'm just, like, splitting my hair and just, like, covering all of the brown spots. I'm probably gonna get some of the red in there too, but that's fine. And I'm also probably gonna just bleach the entire back of my head because that's honestly the only way I really know how to do it by myself. If I had someone here with me, I would ask them to do the back of my head, but most of the time I dye my hair, it's like an impulse decision. Well, not entirely impulse, but pretty impulsive. It's like, you know what, I have the supplies for it. It's like, I know it's gonna happen eventually. I'm like, yeah, eventually, like, I'll buy the stuff that I need to dye my hair, and I'll just keep it around until one day I'm like, you know what, well, sometimes it's like, oh, I'm having an emotional breakdown. You know what we should do? Fix my hair. But now is not the time of an emotional breakdown. Now is the time that I'm just, there's just too much brown and I am not vibing with it. People aren't supposed to know my natural hair color. Only I'm supposed to know my natural hair color, and only I'm supposed to know that I had long hair as a child. Not even as a child, like, up until I was, like, 18, I had, like, the longest hair. And I've posted a lot of, like, TikToks about it, of, like, my long hair, and how different I used to look, but it's always so funny, because people know me, like, you know, short, colored hair. That's how, like, that's just how I've looked for the last 3-4 years. Also, hello, Saltwater. Welcome back to the stream. But yeah, so it's really funny when I'm like, hey, have you ever seen, like, I go up to my coworkers, or, like, I showed my boyfriend once, and I'm just like, hey, have you ever seen me with, like, long hair? And they're like, no, I've never seen you with long hair. I'm like, would you like to? Because it is a wild trip, and they look at me, and they'll, like, look at me and, like, look at my picture of me with long hair, and then look back at me, and they'll just do, like, a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they're like, that's not you. I'm like, that was me. That's what I looked like. What a wild concept. I do eventually want to grow out my hair again, but not anytime soon. Probably within the next, like, 2 to 3 years. Am I still gonna color my hair after I start growing it out? Yeah. But, like, I think I could go down to, like, shoulder length would be nice to change things up. Ah! Slap myself in the face with bleach. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't blink. Don't blink. Oh, no. Well, maybe I am dyeing my eyebrows now, according to the hair that just slapped me in the face. It's fine. Slap a little more on there. We're having a great time. But my hair journey has just been absolutely wild. But I'm vibing with it. I love it. I guess me in general, I've had, over the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 years, just completely changed how I look, probably because I wanted to do all these things as, like, a teenager, and then my mom was like, no. No. It's always so funny how parents are like, oh yeah, we'll love you and, like, support you no matter what. Until it's something that they don't like, and then it's, I'm your parent, and I get to tell you what to do. In this case, no, you're not allowed to do those things. And now I'm like, hey, I'm doing all the things that you didn't want me to as a child. Are you mad? And my mom's like, no, I love your hair. Okay. Wish you could be wild with your hair. I don't see why you can't, unless there's a specific reason, like a job or something. Which, like, I don't understand in the slightest. It's like, oh yeah, like, you can't have, like, colored hair for a job. I'm like, okay. And my hair being fucking neon red is deterring me from doing my career how? Like, how does this on my head affect me? Like, you don't see people going into job, like, interviews and being like, oh, like, you're bald, we're not hiring you because that's unprofessional. How are you supposed to hold down a job if you can't even keep your hair? I are you supposed to keep a job if you can't even keep your hair, okay? Get out of my office or something. I don't know, but every single person in charge is fucking a 45-year-old straight white bald man. I don't know why bald is in there too, but I don't know. I imagine every CEO just being like, fuck, I don't know, probably Jeff Bezos is the reason I'm like, yeah, I'm mixed in certain products. Oh, yeah, you're right. I am lucky enough to have, like, light colored hair. Well, not, like, light colored, but it's, like, a light brown. So, like, it takes bleach really easily. Because I know certain hair textures and colors, like, you have to process bleach longer, and the longer you process bleach, the more likely it is you're gonna lose your hair. So all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, I want to, like, bleach my hair, but, like, am I willing to lose 50% of my hair in the process? Me? Yes, absolutely. That's why I do it myself. Because I don't care if I end up losing half of my hair in the process of me bleaching said hair. Because if I actually gave a fuck, I would go to a salon, but hair is hair, and every time I bleach my hair, I have plans A through Z. I'm like, alright, this is plan A. Plan B, if that doesn't work out, is to just bleach my whole head. If that doesn't work out, then I'll just dye my entire hair, like, all of my hair black. And if that doesn't work, then I'll shave my head. Like, would I shave my head? Probably not as, like, a first choice. But if it came to it, I wouldn't care. Like, it's hair, it'll grow back. You can do some cool stuff with a shaved head. Maybe I would stop getting catcalled on the street. I was walking home from work today. There was this dude in a van, and, like, I didn't have my music in, my music on or headphones in, just because, like, I had just gotten off the train, like, I was just walking home. It's a very short walk from the train home. So I was just walking, and this dude goes, hey, you dropped something, and so I'm like, oh, like, what did I drop? I turn around, like, I'm looking, because, like, sometimes my backpack is open, and I'll drop something, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking around, and he's like, you dropped your phone number, can I have it? And I just laughed and walked away, which I think is always the funniest way to respond to a cat call. Okay, not the funniest, but, like, the one that I use the most is I just, like, chuckle and then immediately walk away. Because it's funny. Like, this man, what is this man thinking? What does this man think is gonna happen? Like, I'm just gonna give my number to a random stranger on the street that catcalled me? That's not how that works. Really good line, though. Yeah, like, sometimes I get catcalled and it's just like, okay, that's awful and gross and disgusting, but other times it's just like, this man is just being, no, not a van. Yeah, it was a van. It was like if I looked more closely at it, there probably would have been like a logo on it or something, but I'm just like, man, I don't know what you're thinking, but that's the one I use the most, but I've never used this one before. But I would really like to. I don't want to do it when someone's being, like, you know, kind of civil, because, like, yeah, making me turn around and thinking that I dropped something is kind of a shitty thing to do, but it was funny. It was more funny than me being concerned, but I've always wanted to use the line, like, if someone comes up to me and is like, hey, like, take me out on a date. Or, like, let me take you out on a date, or, like, something just gross or disgusting, I would just be like, alright, sure, like, but first you have to do something for me. There's a bank however many blocks away. I'll give you, like, depending on how far away we are, it's just like, oh, I'll give you, like, 5 minutes to run to the bank, take out $500 in cash and put it in my hand to make sure that you're serious about us going on this date. If it's not $500 in cash and it's not within the span of 5 minutes, then I know you're not serious about this. And you're just catcalling me, and that's a shitty thing to do. So, either I'm getting $500 or I'm pissing someone off. And either way, it's a win for me. Also, hello gamer, welcome back to the stream. I'm my little chef, am I? Is that what I am? Call me Remy the fucking Ratatouille. Oh god, alright. we're getting to this side, which is always for some reason more difficult to like part my hair. I don't know. It's probably because like it's going this way. Like my part goes this way. So once I get over to this, there's no part to separate. So it just gets super weird. It's fine. Trying my hardest. That's all that matters. I mean, I'm gonna end up coloring it later. And when I say later, I mean not today. Probably Tuesday? Probably be coloring it Tuesday because I have not seen my boyfriend in over a week and I hate that immensely. Because he got a new job and so he's been doing his job and I've been doing my job. And I hate it because previous to him getting this job, he was like unemployed for like a month. Just figuring out like whether or not he should like go back to school. Like he had like a really shitty job working like whatever shift that is, probably third. Like waking up and going to work at like 2 a.m. Like wild. So he previously had like a month off, so like his only thing that he did was like, you know, chill at home and hang out with me. And now we're both working and it's been over a week since I've seen him. And I'm like, when are we hanging out next? He's like, I don't know, they're having me do a bunch of overtime. And the thing is, with him, is that I love him very much and very dearly. However, I have told him before that, like, hey, like, you know, I kind of like my me time. Like, if I have to hang out with people for, like, a long span of time, like, no. I just want to come home, chill, play video games, watch TV. It's fine. But he takes that a little too seriously. And I'm kind of tempted to just tell him, like, hey, you're not included in the social recharge. Because I will, like, text him being like, hey, I just got off of work. And he gets off of work maybe, like, an hour after I do. So, like, I'll text him either, like, after I'm done streaming or, like, right before or, like, right after I get out of work, depending on when I get out of work. And I'm like, hey, like, how's it going? Like, how was work? And I, like, talk to him. And he's like, after, like, 5 message exchanges, he's like, oh, yeah, but I'll let you, like, chill and have a good night. Like, I'm like, no, that's not what I want. I want to hear about your day. I haven't talked to you in person for over a week. How's the new job going? I think he likes it. I'm not entirely sure. Hello, Mason. Would you like to exit the bathtub? Hey, buddy. Alright. But yeah. I don't know. He said this before and I slightly agree. He's not a very good texter. Which I'm fine with because he's, like, I love talking to him in person. But also, it sucks because now, like, I haven't seen him in a week and I have no idea what's going on in his life because I'll be like, hey, how was work? And he was like, it was good. I did this. And I'm like, great, elaborate. He's like, the tiniest amount of elaboration, and I'm like, great. But I'm genuinely interested. Please tell me everything. But it's hard to, like, type out everything. Like, even when I text him, alright, I think it's time to start on the back of the head. I've got, like, this part done. So now it's time to work on this part, which is basically mostly all brown anyway. So I think I'm just gonna do my usual routine of just making a shit ton of bleach and then just slathering it on the back of my head. Also, I'm loving the look. It's a mood. But yeah, working is a scam. 100%. Like, you're telling me I have to do this every single day for the rest of my life? Fuck that. I want to travel. I want to hang out with my boyfriend. I had to go through this with my wife. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. We've talked, or we're planning on moving in together at the end of the year once my lease is up. So I'm thinking, like, okay, like, once we get to November, like, I'll be able to see him on a daily basis because we'll be living together. But until then, it's just like, okay, like, we planned on watching the new episodes of Stranger Things together, and now he's like, oh yeah, like, I work every single day, until like Tuesday. So he's like, do you want to hang out and watch it Tuesday? I'm like, yeah, but do you know how many spoilers I have to avoid on TikTok now? People are fucking vicious. Like, remember when like it was like, oh, no spoilers until like at least a couple days, if not a week after said thing has been released, so like everyone can catch up, because not everyone is gonna watch it the day that it comes out. I wanted to, but again, like, it's just the chemical smell. It is being like, this room is being ventilated, by the way, just an FYI. The craziness is coming from me, and not the chemicals. But yeah, it's just wild that everyone's just like there is no, I don't even know, there's no period of time anymore that I can be like, okay, like, I can finally, like, I can still go on TikTok and not have the new episodes spoiled for me. But I've already been going through and I've been seeing, like, sound, like, bites and, like, sounds on TikTok from the newest episodes. And so I'm like, do I have to avoid these? Is this just sound? Is this gonna be a spoiler? Because I don't want spoilers. I want to watch it with my boyfriend, but I can't yet. It's fine. I've been watching the new episode of The Boys. Well, I watched it last night, which, oh my god. If you guys haven't seen The Boys, I recommend, unless you are squeamish in any sense of the word, in which then I don't recommend. Tell me why my gloves are turning slightly yellow. These are not good gloves. Where did I buy these? Because, like, there have been some times where I'm like, okay, I'll actually buy, like, I go to the Sally's Beauty and, like, buy my bleach and everything. But, and I'll, like, be like, oh, I need gloves, so I'll buy, like, specifically, like, oh, like, this is, you know, beauty gloves or whatever they're called, but, because it's latex. Probably. But yeah, so now I'm just using, like, kitchen gloves because I bought a bunch of kitchen gloves for kitchen reasons. I'm gonna need so much more bleach. I'm doing this in the worst way possible, mind you. Huh. There we go. Also, hello, 7K Lily. What does that mean? I'm so sorry, but I've already moved on to a new topic. I don't know what you don't know what I mean? Lord Jesus. English, first and only language. Still don't know how to speak it. Huh. Alright, well. How's it looking, guys? You are the people that needs to tell me if it looks good or not. I look good, right? Oh, squeamish? Means not liking either gross things or, like, medical stuff. Because The Boys is, like, about superheroes, but it's also on, it's a Amazon original, meaning that they don't have to follow, like, the guidelines of, they don't have to follow the guidelines of TV, meaning they can show anything and everything that they want. Which nudity is included in that, but also a whole lot of blood. Oh my god. Found me through TikTok? Catch a stream? Oh, me guy? I'm gonna go with me guy. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is a chaotic one to start on. I don't normally look like this, and you should know that. Alright, I'm gonna mix up probably the final bleach, but I filled it a little too much, so I have to very carefully mix this. What about Groupons? I've never used Groupon, and I feel like I should. But I also feel like it's a little bit of a scam. Like, oh, here are the things that nobody wants. Here's a discount. And I'm like, okay, but I could get a discount if I just didn't do the thing because no one wants to do it. It's like massages and, like, baseball games. I'm like, why would I go to a massage for... I don't know. I feel like I deserve a massage, though. It also is like, why would I want the massage that no one else wants? Why is it discounted? But also, I would just rather not spend any money, and just then not get a massage. That's kind of my thing. For oil changes, that would be a good idea if I had a car, but I don't know. Don't mislead them, it's always chaotic. Yeah, but this is one of the more chaotic streams. Like, if I were playing video games, yeah, it's chaotic, but like a little less chaotic. What the fuck is this? What am I doing? Even go to the salon? You know what? I mean, depending on how this turns out, I might need a Groupon. I'm just kind of... I know bleach doesn't lather, so I can't really do it good, but it's fine. My friends usually exude chaotic bi energy. That's exactly what it is. Just chaotic bi energy. That is my entire life. And a good time. I still have, I think I got it pretty well covered, but also I still have a whole lot of bleach left, so I think I'm just gonna keep putting it in my hair. I'm an anime character. I feel like one. I feel like I'm supposed to be in fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Like, have you seen their hairstyles? I've watched like a couple episodes because my boyfriend got into it, so we watched it a little bit at my house. But also, what is with the hairstyles in that? Back might be patchy? Yeah. It usually is, because again, I do this all myself, and I can't see the back of my head, but also, look at this face. You think anyone's staring at the back of my head? Look at this ass! You can't see my ass, but... You think anyone's gonna be staring at the back of my head? Absolutely not. I mean, they might, but at that point, that's a random stranger, and who do I give a fuck about the opinion of a random stranger? I feel like I just, like, dropped a little bit of bleach. That's fine. Let me just comb through. Had to get one for my wife. Normally wouldn't decide on one. Yeah. There we go. Pretty easy to spot. No, literally, because my coworkers have, like, I've hung out with my coworkers and, like, not worked, and anytime, I always get places first because I have anxiety about being late, so all of my other coworkers are like, oh, we're gonna be fashionably late, and I'm like, great, I got here 15 minutes early, but they can always tell, like, where we're supposed to hang out, because they're like, oh yeah, just look for the red hair. I'm like, that's not fair, I can't do that to you guys. So if I'm trying to find you guys in a weird, crowded part of the town, then, like, where am I supposed to find it? Where am I supposed to find you guys? You don't have any indications of where I'm supposed to be. Alright, I think that should be good. Let me just get this area. And you know what? Fuck it. This is gonna be a look tomorrow. I'm just covering with the rest of the bleach, I'm just covering my head. It's gonna be super patchy, like the stuff that I didn't actually, like, go through. But also, it's gonna be a look. It's gonna be a look. Good habit to get into, being 15 minutes early. Yeah, but it's a problem when all of my friends are always late. Like, I went to a birthday party once, and the person whose birthday it was 45 minutes late. I ended up showing up, like, 30 minutes late because I'm like, I know these people are gonna be late because that's just how they roll. And so I got there 30 minutes late, still wasn't there. The person the party was for, they're like, yeah, it'll start at 7. 7:45 they show up. So, yeah, it's good to be, like early in a professional setting, but like any other instance, no, that's not how it works at all. Alright. Bleach is in my hair. Rinse that out. I'm gonna wash this real quick, and then I'll probably end the stream because this is gonna take 40 minutes to set, and I don't really want to sit on the floor of my bathroom or just talk to you guys for 45 minutes without really doing anything else. Also, I need to put a plastic bag over my head, and that is not a cute look for me. Nor is this, to be honest, but it's fine. I also have to, like, wipe off my ears and stuff. So it'll still probably be a minute before I end, but in the meantime, in person, I'm having a party for 45 minutes late, I'm going home. No, because I was literally like 5 more minutes, and I'm going home. Actually, I was gonna go to one of my friend's houses because she was closer, because I literally took an Uber there. I'm like, I'm 30 minutes late, but like, I feel weird being 30 minutes late, so I took an Uber to get there, and I'm like, my friend's house is closer, so I'll just go hang out with her so this night isn't wasted. But, like, eventually they showed up, and I'm like, I guess I'll stay, even though, again, I'm not a very social person, so, like, maximum, maybe, like, 3 hours I am able to be outside of my house without, like, you know, losing it. So, like, we were going on, like, the 1 hour mark, and I'm like, I should just go home. How's it going, Mr. Steal Ya Girl? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I also need to clean my sink out, because the last time I did this, my sink was broken, and it wouldn't drain, but I finally, after dumping 2 containers of Drano down this bitch, I finally got it to drain, so now there isn't bleach all over my sink. But yeah. That you're on your stream. Thank you for having me. Oh, of course. Yeah, let me wipe off my forehead, and my ears, and I'm gonna put a timer on my phone. So I'm sorry, guys, if this